Hello everyone, it's now time for the Nugget Report. I'm Build.
And I'm Fax, and we bring you episode 2 of the Nugget Report.
And we have a lot to get through this week because there has been one game mode that has been dominating the action this week, and it is
Ring Battle.
Now, it is a very divisive mode amongst people in the community. Some people want it some ways, some people want it another. We will now get through what Ring Battle is, and then later on we will talk about how Ring Battle affected us on our Nugget account this week.
To summarise Ring Battle, it's the third version of the Team Deathmatch mode introduced into Ace Combat Infinity. The objective of the game is to fly through the rings as well as steal the enemy's rings to score the most. Whoever scores the most rings wins the match.
Now, Ring Battle has a lot more restrictions than other modes of Ace Combat Infinity. This one includes a restriction called Weapons Restricted, and that stops people from using any weapons whatsoever, and it is exclusive to Ring Battle. Now, this is where things get a little complicated with what people want from Ring Battle. Some people want to fire at people. They want to be attacking and flying through the rings at the same time. Others just want a leisurable stroll through Tokyo and San Diego, just flying through the rings, just taking them out as they go along. And the only thing they have to worry about is their sloppy flying crashing into the ground or into a building.
Now, shooting down enemies, as fun as it may be, isn't entirely the best way to score on Ring Battle. You usually get a lot less points that you would normally get from other modes for shooting down other players. Generally, if you want to score the most points in Ring Battle, you want to fly through rings rather than shooting people down, which is typically the reason why people prefer weapon restriction rooms to non-weapon restriction rooms.
So, we prefer weapons restricted rooms. It gives us a lot of credits. We don't have to worry about people shooting us down, so all we need to worry about is just how good we fly. And that means we can gain a lot more credits than if we had gone to a weapons room. Now, our actual biggest rival in Ring Battle is actually our own team, as they are able to steal the rings that you're going for before you get to them. And really, the rival team is what's actually giving you all of the points. All you need to do is just follow them around.
Yeah, a great example of this is on Tokyo. There is a certain area where there is a triple ring, followed by 2 other rings after that, through kind of a gateway kind of thing.
Yeah, it's in the Odaiba area of Tokyo, yeah.
So, a bit of a story here. I was on Tokyo playing Ring Battle, and I went through there, and I noticed that an enemy team player was right behind me, following me. So, what I decided to do was to turn around and go back through there. Surely enough, he did the same thing as well. So throughout that entire match, we were just constantly going through this one gateway throughout the match, and we ended up scoring like over 100k. It was insane.
And that's what helps a lot on Ring Battle. Just having that little buddy that helps you out along the way. Another great area to do this is, of course, the runway on San Diego. It was seen on Dantafu's video where he explained Ring Battle in a nutshell. And that was also a really good starting video on telling people how to get the most out of weapons restricted rooms, including lowering the level of your plane to get the most out of the experience for your ranking. And a few other things as well. Really good video, give it a watch, it's not that long, but we must continue on with what we got on this week with Ring Battle.
Right, I think my highlight for this week would probably have to be that one room I ended up joining that was a weapons room. And I had no idea it was a weapons room until we actually got in there and I saw that I had my weapons available to me. And it was quite a match. There was one person who kept really annoying me. I've forgotten their name, I can't even say it. Who just kept killing me, kept focusing me down all the time. You know, I was easy picking, I was the gold falcon that could barely move because the mobility wasn't that great at the time. And I was just easy pickings. And you know what? He barely scored anything. He scored about, I think, 30k. And in the end, from me not killing anyone, because I made it so I didn't fire a weapon at anyone, I ended up scoring about 60k. So I doubled his score just by flying through rings.
So you could say that was a weaponless weapon run.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, scoring kills, it gives you a bit, but especially on low tier planes or low CST planes, you're going to get nothing. You're going to get absolutely nothing. And, it would have made more sense if he was focusing on, some of the higher CST planes, but he went for me, which was a big mistake on his part because he was probably getting barely any points at all. And, as evident from his score in the end. I ended up coming, I think it was third.
Yes, you came third.
Yeah, third. I ended up coming third just by not killing anyone, and it was really good fun. There was one bit in particular I really loved where I had quite a few missiles fired at me, and there's these 3 rings that are in between a load of buildings, and I purposely flew right through there, and all of them hit the buildings. So I completely dodged all of them just by using my surroundings, and that's a good tip for anyone who does like, fighting other people in a ring battle. Fly through the buildings. Sometimes you might get lucky and it will actually hit the side of the buildings.
Right, so I think it's time for my highlight, and it comes a lot later in the week than Fax's one, so planes were a bit more leveled at this point, and this comes from a room that was hosted by a guy called Admiral Konzetsu, who is a very high MR player.
Not only that, but we played with him quite a few times, and our actual main highlight of this week does involve his room, interestingly enough.
Yes, and in this match, we actually got to beat. I beat Admiral Konzetsu in our Gold Falcon. Very, very small margin. It was, I think, 1,000 points in it. So 2 rings.
And it was quite impressive, like how close he beat him by.
Yeah, despite the fact that at the beginning of the match, I crashed twice. And I still managed to beat him in the end. I mean, it would have been a lot better if it was a more flawless run. But the second half, especially the last few rings I flew through at the last minute, some amazing flying, going through the 3, then the 2, and then back down to the 2 and the 3 on the other end. While just before that, going through the building.
It was beautiful execution, I gotta say. Like when we were watching it back, I did say to Build, that won you, that match. That won you it.
It was such an amazing maneuver, and without it, I wouldn't have beat him. And he is an amazing opponent. He was scoring well in excess of 100,000 points every single match. I think his highest was about 140,000. He was really, really good.
And he was even better when he was on the other team, so you could just basically follow him and just score all of his rings. But absolutely amazing player. If you see him, be wary, he's absolutely amazing at ring battle.
Yeah, that prototype there, F-35 prototype, at least 2,000 CST. Very high CST plane, uses it to its full potential, but managed to beat him in our Gold Falcon, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Just shows you the power of the Golden Falcon! Oh man.
Yeah. Right, it's now time to talk about what progress we made this week. And first of all, let's talk about the Gold Falcon, because a lot happened with the Gold Falcon this week, is that right?
Yes, it is right. So the Gold Falcon is now level 9.
Yes! Oh my goodness, Ring Battle was amazing for leveling up the Gold Falcon. It got another 7 expansion slots this week. It's now at a total of 25 slots, which is absolutely incredible.
Absolutely amazing.
We actually used a non-standard upgrade form here, which is something that you get when you start the game. You can only use them once. They're very rare. They normally come up when Naval Team Deathmatch comes along. But use them, they cut out all the money that you would need to level from 5 to 6, which is very, very helpful on some planes. So that's Gold Falcon. It's very good at level 9. We're really happy with the purchase.
Super happy. Moving on to the F-16XL. which we bought just recently, and over the week we managed to level it up to level 5, as well as get free expansion slots as well. So yeah, pretty good on the XL. We got Sod on it unlocked as well, which we discovered something really cool with it, but we're gonna get into that in another video. But F16 XL at the moment is so good, so very, very good.
We've also got more progress on Mobius 8, although it didn't gain any slots, but it wouldn't, it's a high-tier multi-role.
And that would take a very long time.
It's now level 5, and if you remember, it was only level 1 at the start of the week, so even Ring Battle did quite a bit on that too. We have to talk about the parts that we have now got now, and we have Fire Extinguisher M,
which was one of the parts that we really wanted. We also got started research on the Special Weapons Reload L and the Compressor L as well, which are two big parts that we really want at the moment.
And it's actually quite surprising that they actually make these available before you reach Second Lieutenant or even First Lieutenant.
I know.
These are very powerful parts. Make sure you get these as soon as possible, and especially part after that, which is the Rescue Points panel, which we love using.
We can't stress enough how good this part is. This part could mean the difference between getting an S on a special raid and not getting an S.
And it is the secret to our success in avoiding disappointment on special raid. I think we should go on to the next thing, which is the UGB Area M, which is going to be really good on a bomber. Actually, we got a bomber this week.
We do have a bomber. We have the Razor.
Yeah, we got it on the drop this week, and UGB Area M is going to be very useful for that because it's going to be hard leveling that. I mean, we don't have an Idle Master bomber, so we're not going to have an easy time.
But still, Razor is pretty good at level 1, and you know, we could at least get it to 2 maybe.
Maybe get it up to about 7 or so if we're lucky.
I don't think it's a necessity at the moment.
No, not really.
I think we could probably make do with the XL for now.
At the moment, our main goals is to try and get Gold Falcon, Mobius 8 and XL up to level 10, maybe a little higher. Gold Falcon will definitely reach level 10 or 11 some point this week, maybe.
And our actual goal with Gold Falcon, we probably would like to get it to 15 in the near future.
Yeah, give it a few weeks, but I honestly think Gold Falcon will reach 20 very, very soon, and we are so ready for that. Right, it's time to answer your questions that you've been sending us, and from the last week we have had quite a few messages coming in asking us lots of questions relating to the run. Let's see what we can do here. The first question comes from Solo Wing 88, and they ask, wonder why you did not get the JR Tomcat or the X-29 Cancer instead of the Gold Falcon. And well, it just simply comes down to what we wanted to have in this run, because we both have F-14s as our main, well, not mains. I used to have a Zipang.
We've used them before, and the F-16 is not something we've really touched much.
Well, I have Mummy, but I haven't really taken it past 1500. I really wanted to use Gold Falcon because it's such an underutilized plane. Not many people go around using it.
We also wanted to surprise you guys. It's something different and something you wouldn't expect. Hijux8998 asks, will you guys have guests pop in into the podcast and maybe share what it was like being a noob and not? Well, the thing with inviting guests on, at the moment, I don't think it's really possible. There are a lot of things we want to change with the whole show and everything, a lot of improvements we want to make that are going to take some time, and we haven't really fully finalized the structure of each episode either. So hopefully in the near future, we really would like to do this.
Yeah, when I actually answered this question on YouTube, I did say that we'd love to have this, but at the moment, there are lots of improvements that this show could have. Give it a few weeks, we can we can have some guests.
There are plenty of people we've considered actually inviting. It's just now's not really the perfect time to do that.
The Mexican Giles asks, what planes are you going to be focusing on the account? And we have 3 planes that we're going to be focusing on. You may have seen them already.
We got the Raphael M Mobius 8, we got Gold Falcon, and we've got the F-16 XL, which are our current 3 main planes. We are considering on getting a few more planes, but we can't really say anything at the moment. We don't really want to spoil anything for anyone.
Yeah, so let's just say, for the time being, those are our 3 main planes. And whatever comes up after will be a big surprise to everybody.
Michael Morningstar asks, are you guys going for more hangar slots? The answer to that is no.
No, this is free to play. No.
We're not buying stock fuel, we're not buying elite mercenaries, we're not buying campaign tickets, nothing.
And we're certainly not buying free flights.
No.
No, we're not buying that. Why would you buy free flights?
Like, we don't buy stock fuel on our own account, so we're definitely not buying it on this account either. But to answer your question, we're not buying any hangar slots at all.
Right, one thing we were thinking of, especially since a few people have started to do this, is friend requests. Yes, you can be our friend. You can be the Nugget account's friend. Just chuck us a friend request.
Only thing I would mention, be sure to let us know who you are.
Oh yes, definitely.
Because if you send us a friend request and don't write anything, we probably won't add you because we don't really want to add random people. Like, technically you are random people, but like we kind of know you. So be sure to put your YouTube name in or anything like that, and we'll be sure to add you in.
Yes, so remember, that's the PSN is buildknuckle with an underscore on the end. The underscore is very important.
If you do not put the underscore,
you'll get some other guy.
You'll send it to the wrong person. And they'll think, why the hell am I getting a friend request?
What is the Nugget Report?
But yes, friend requests are open. Send them. Tell us who you are and we'll add you straight away. You can join in our missions if we're online, so you may actually get featured on the show if you're lucky enough.
Why wouldn't you want to be featured on this beautiful show?
Alright then, that's all for this week.
Join us next time for another exciting episode of the Nugget Report.
And until then,
this is the Nugget Report, signing off.
Bye-bye.